Random English listening by Fortress Yun 1 Method methodic, methodical, methodology, methodistic, methodist. A lack of reproducibility implies a methodological problem. A methodical approach and study enable the search. A methodological approach to architectural expression was adopted. A methodological approach to enterprise performance was adopted. A methodological study of acquisition emerged. A most methodical man is punctilious to a degree. A quantification method is used in PET imaging. A simple and effective training method emerged. An infallible method for memorizing everything does not exist. Blast chilling was a method for quickly cooling food. British socialism owed more to Methodism than to Marxism. Dark liquidity, a method of anonymous trading, is closed to the public. Descartes' system of methodic doubt uses concepts that are ambiguous. Details of the methodological review are available. Do you know any other method? Each methodology had its pros and cons. Flawed methodology and obsolete data marred the report. He acted methodically. He attended Bodge Academy, a Methodist school. He cannot distinguish between a method and a methodology. He developed a reliable, effective, and scientific method of data analysis. He guides ministers through worship methodology. He helps the Methodist communion. He improved his methodology and teaching approach. He is a methodical trainer. He is an American ordained Methodist minister. He is ready with a methodology. He is too methodical about blending the paint perfectly. He led a Methodist chapel. He reacted too strongly to her methodology. He set up the first Methodist church in Korea. He takes on a shocking method. He was an English ordained Methodist minister. Here is a methodology that I used at the time. His approach is fraught with methodological difficulties. His method is totally correct. His methodical and patient manner got my tacit support. Holy Mother Church is different from Methodism. I adhere to a pedagogical methodology. I am a Methodist. I applied a different reporting methodology. I created environmental portraits with the method. I did a study on the methodological approach for the museum. I document my methodology. I explained the methodology I wanted to use. I had a methodical mind. I had reservations about his methodology. I have no methodological qualms or compunction. I interned at Yesen Methodist Church. I knew a tried and tested method for solving the matter. I know a method for hardening and preserving paper. I know the one method that works. I learned a methodical plot development. I need methodological development and access to fresh technology. I perceived her as a methodical person. I realized how methodical she is. I teach a recovery breathing method. I tried the no-lose method to solve conflicts with my children. I understand the concept of survey methodology to write a report. I use latent fear as a marketing tactic. I went on a tour of the Korean Methodist University. Immigrants established Methodist churches in Korea. In his methodical way, he works his way around the seas. Inspectability was the key to his method. Investigations are performed in an ordered and methodical way. It is the Methodist Episcopal Church. Jane is a methodical painter. Jane is methodical and tidy. Jimmy was raised by Methodist parents. John Wesley is the founder of the Methodist movement. Labor used to owe more to Methodism than Marx. Liberal labor became a political tradition within it, as Methodism. Method, a new method called COP, is efficient. Methodic doubt is a meditation. Methodic doubt studies the nature of everything. Methodical activities of inhabitants are essential. Methodical arrangements are needed. Methodical people are methodical in extremis. Methodical, rhythmic precision controls the ship. Methodism began as a reform movement within the Anglican Church, and departed from it. Methodism has been influential for the past 300 years. Methodism is distinct from other major Christian denominations. Methodism regards the rescue of the poor as a moral duty. Methodism will go into the fire and serve it right. Methodism, adapted to American life, moved its mission westward. Methodist, he is a Methodist minister. Methodological analysis is essential. Methodological concepts for soil classification emerged. Methodological development of the interior space of a child care facility is essential. Methodological differences between the surveys were found. Methodological inconsistencies in the data were present. Methodological issues include self-report biases. Methodological naturalism is to study the truth of God. Methodological problems were remedied. Methodology, he drives his colleagues to excellence through a unique approach. Monthly teacher evaluations are based on an unproven methodology. Morphogenic mechanism is based on methodological hypothesis, analogy, and analysis. My shoes were a methodic squeak. Nobody was sold on the methodology. Particular references to a methodological development are available. Proper methodology is essential for successful jobs. Psychologists invented methods for reforming criminals. Recent changes in teaching methodology alter the phenomenon. See how methodical his manner is. Senior methodologists assembled here. Sensitivity is related to the methodology. Social heuristics is a decision-making method. Speech is a method of communication between people. The appraisals were carried out by methodologists. The argument lacked credibility in terms of methodology. The conspiracy to start a revolt was led by a Methodist leader. The dentist examined my teeth with a fluorescence method. The differences were down to methodology. The disagreement on the method to be applied was solved. The dispatch money comes from the lay time saved. The documentaries adopt the fixed rig method. The endovenous treatment is a non-surgical method. The existing methodology refined that methodology. The fabric is made by weaving. The footballer was methodical and time-sensitive. The founding father of Methodism, Charles Wesley, has been revered as a holy man. The girl's aesthetic method shows the essence. The global tax on capital is a method to relieve poverty. The higher-level methodological stuff is essential. The Labour Party owes more to Methodism than to Marxism. The law protects the Methodist connection. The lessons were methodological on how to deal with complaints. The method bonifies the world. The method has the advantages of being cheaper and quicker. The method is intended for use in large groups. The method jolted the economy out of inflation. The methodical bureaucrat has stomach cancer. The methodical manager paid attention to details. The Methodism movement was launched here. The Methodist Church cooperates with the Presbyterian Church. The Methodist Church is a denomination within Protestantism, distinct from other Protestant traditions. The Methodist Church voted against homosexuality. The Methodist Episcopal Church was established in the United States in 1784. The Methodist is a fervent advocate of temperance. The Methodist lay preacher actively serves in civic positions. The Methodist minister was ordained in Korea. The methodological changes were necessary and desired. The methodological fix for counties is similar to that for district councils. The methodology helps the blood circulate. The methodology leads reliably to the desired result. The methodology was developed from my experience. The methodology went right. The methods divide the job into manageable proportions. The military sleep method helps us get a good night's rest. The non-invasive method of brain stimulation cures depression. The old methodology is compared with the new methodology. The pavement method builds the building. The problem of methodological naturalism is disbelief in Jesus the Savior. The procedure is slow but methodical. The program was put together methodically. The research methodologist set a standard for scientific precision. The Rice method is used to treat a wrist sprain. The salesperson uses the feel-felt-found method. The scientific survey is based on the methodological survey. The study displays methodological deficiencies. The study included guidelines for the methodologists and statisticians. The taxi goes to the Solo Methodist Church. The test was a method to neutralize a virus. The Vaquero methodology inspired the American cowboy. The Wesleyan Methodist Church was founded in 1791. The withdrawal method was a bad method of birth control. There were changes in the methodology. They were in methodological hell. Thorough, methodical work keeps everything in order. Tom is methodical and plans things days in advance. Traditional traits include being overcritical, gentle, and methodical. Visual simulation and methodological approach to the building are used. Voters were reasoned and methodical. Wackaging was a new marketing method. Watson is the chief of transplantation at Methodist University Hospital. We adopted an alternative method of doing the job. We measure market penetration to assess strategy. Members of the Methodist Church have worshipped with the Methodist Church. We were steady, methodical, and positive. Wesley founded the United Methodist Church in 1738. William Booth was a Methodist minister in the United Kingdom. William Booth, a British Methodist Reformed Church minister, founded the church in 1865.